And welcome back. Today we have, well, this is actually pretty cool. This is a TENS unit device. And look how portable it is. I actually love this thing. This is the AUVON TENS PT1 Plus Pro. And it's rechargeable. So, yeah, if you guys are brand new to the channel, consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I always try to get you guys here all the latest and greatest stuff. And yeah, stuff like this is always pretty good to have just because, well, for me, I love TENS units to begin with. If I get sore or if I need any kind of help with this stuff, some PT, some home PT, yeah, this is great. It smells like medical, like alcohol medical. So you do have a user manual there. You do have a quick guide there. And of course, you're going to have some of the pads. So you have different types of pads. You got some big ones, you got some little ones. So it looks like you have two big ones for each one. So you got 4 of these big ones, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 of these little ones. So that's pretty nice. And then you are going to have the TENS unit itself. So this is pretty cool. It has a little cover here, so that way you could cover the, I guess, the channels or the strength of this thing. It says channel 1 and channel 2, and plus and minus. Of course, there is some warning. It says, avoid touching the pads when the unit is on. Do not use near the heart, head, and carotid. I think that's right. It is, no pregnant women, or women in labor, or heart disease, or epilepsy. So there's some tips here on when to use and when not to use. So yeah, make sure you guys do read it. You do plug it in down here at the bottom, turn it on, and I think that's pretty much it. Now there is some more buttons here. That little paper was hiding it. So right there you do have your power. Here it is, it looks like a USB thing, so if you need to charge it, yeah, USB-C. And then if you open up the little thing here, then you have your different modes, your up, down, and your settings. So up, down is just going to be increasing, decreasing settings. That should be it. Cool. So it says on, but I didn't see no on device. So here you go. Here's some stuff here that you're going to plug in. Some of this stuff is going to go onto the device. Some of this stuff's going to go onto this thing. Here's your cable. Cool. So let's go ahead and, well, I'm curious to see how well this thing works. So yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to read the instructions. You know, anytime you have anything brand new like this, you definitely want to read it so that way you know exactly what you're doing. As far as turning it on, just hit it for maybe a second, 2 seconds, and then you're going to get this pretty cool screen there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks pretty nice. It's actually very simple, very plain. You have your different channels and your different modes. So just different. It's okay. So you got like a channel 1, burst, modulation, SD1, SD2, SD3, and SD4, and SD5. So just different stuff there to mess with. On the top, you have another display there. So if you do crank it on, you will see the levels. So cool. Yeah, very, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Again, just hold it for like a second, and then it's going to shut down. Now, I've used stuff like this before. So with these ones, they are individual like this. So I'm just going to grab, well, I'm going to grab 2 of them. And then just be very careful. Don't pull it from the cord here because you definitely don't want to rip it off. Just pull it from the actual rubber and then find a nice clean spot. And then stick it on, and I should have probably stuck this on it first. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, here we go. So these little things here, you definitely want to plug them in before you stick them on. So that way you have it on properly. So there we go. So I got it on my back. I got one on each side. They're both connected there. I'm going to plug this into channel 1 and now crank on this guy right there. So cool. Again, I am on channel 1. It says normal rate. I'm going to go ahead and move it up a little bit. So I'm on level 7, and I could feel the TENS unit doing some really good work. Yeah, it doesn't feel too strong. When I get to 10, I could definitely feel it. But right now I'm just using the normal mode, so it's just kind of like a consistent, almost like a hum, like It's just basically just hitting me like just straight, like vibration. If I hit the different modes and I go burst, again, I'm gonna move it up so that way I could feel it. So it's just kind of like a bot, like it just hit, hit, hit. And then you could change the rates. You could do a lot of stuff here. And then you could see here the level that I'm at. So it's pretty good. I'm kind of interested on what modulation is going to be. And the one thing I did notice is every time you do switch from one mode to the next, the channel will switch all the way back down to 0. So that way it's not just a sudden jolt. Modulation kind of like just goes like it hits you, then goes away, then hits you, goes away. So not bad. SD1, yeah, that feels pretty good. I felt that one. Yeah, just kind of like it hits you, vibrates, and then it goes away. And I really like it that you could also have a time, the rate, the width. There's just so many cool things to mess with. And then the other thing, because you do have 2 of them, you could actually put some on your back, upper back, lower back. You could do a couple of sections at the same time. I feel like the cables aren't too far away from each other. Ooh, SD2 is actually pretty nice. It kind of hits you and then slowly, gradually gets stronger, and then it backs up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And one thing that I do is every time I turn it off, I always unplug it. I don't want it to accidentally hit it and then I have it on and then I get zapped or anything like that. But the one thing I have to say is the cables themselves, you have a pretty good distance. At first I thought they weren't going to be like not far away, but you know, if you have it like pretend this is my back, if you have it like this, that's pretty good. If you have it on your arms, you know, it's a pretty good distance. And then one thing that I always do is I always put everything back exactly how I find it. I check the pads just to be sure that everything is pretty clean when I put it back, and I always have myself very clean. I shower all the time and stuff, but I would check the cleaning instructions on these things just to be sure that you do have these set pretty good, and take care of them pretty good. But I have to say, this thing felt very, very nice. If you just need to relax, if you need some therapy, whatever it is, these TENS units are actually pretty amazing. And because they are, you could charge this thing up, you know, it's all rechargeable. You could have a pretty good setup here. So yeah, I like this thing a lot. It's actually pretty nice. You even have a little clip there if you want to clip it on something. Most of the time, most people would just hold it and then just play with it and then just probably put it down on their lap and relax. So yeah, if you guys need anything like this, check the description below. I will leave a link in there, hopefully with a discount code. That way you guys get hooked up with anything pretty good. If you guys are interested in this one, as always, shoot me an email, rohasentertainment@gmail.com. My information's always in the description below. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. With all that being said, you guys take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one.